It's the prophecy.
It's good.
What's going on, my guy?
Nothing much, just living life, you know.
We're Thanks for being on SessionsTv, man.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited, man.
Excited too, man. Excited to have you here, man.
We're Prpophecy, man. Talk
about yourself.
You know,
what's your name and everything?
Where you from?
Sure. First off,
it's O.R.G. Prophecy. So
people get it mixed up, but it's a squad.
It's a collective of artists from New York that are from different lanes, and we're just coming together to create like a really nice community for artists. Prophecy came from my ability
to see the future on some That's a Raven, you know what I mean?
Right. Just have that perspective looking in, right?
Exactly.
And you guys call yourself the organization, right?
Exactly. Well, it's a
multifaceted kind of thing. O.R.G. stands for Organized, Radiant, and Great, and those are kind of the values that we
establish in ourselves and keep each other accountable for. Because the only way to get to greatness is to be organized and let people see your radiance.
Yeah.
Could you break that down to organized, radiance, and
great,
right?
It's like a path. Yeah,
like the acronym.
It's a path. You know, our logo is a plus sign, so it's all about that positive energy. And you know,
being around that environment really helped me create, like, you know, my latest project, Can't Sleep Sober. Just being in a place where everyone pushes you to be the greatest that you can be. You know,
right.
It's a really comforting thing, right. Especially like being from a city where everything is so like, I'm gonna be the best of my city. It's nice to have like a group of people that you can lean on and then, you know, excel with them as in their own path.
Right. Where you say you're from again?
I'm from Brooklyn.
I grew up in Williamsburg, you know, before gentrification.
Yeah, care about that. Could you give a shout out
to people that's in your group? Or
sure. It's always one of those situations where it's like you're gonna miss some people when in there, since we're such a vibrant community.
But I mean, I gotta shout out O.R.G. Mass, Michi 718, the Supreme, and you know the list can go on and on forever. But you know, there's always love between us.
Especially talking about New York too. I know it's all of a sudden the topic.
Just talk about DMX.
Yeah, it's really sad, man. And the way that all of that came about was really just out of the blue, and you know, media and all of that. It's just sad.
Did your peoples up there, did they feel some type of ways? I know the news spread all across the world.
Yeah,
as far as hearing that.
Well, I mean, you know, just being from like a personal view, you know, I have my own views when it comes to how things are portrayed, especially when it comes to some private moments like that. But I mean, it's all in perspective. I know that there was like a large wave of people that
didn't like how much attention was being put into that. But that, I feel, is recurring. It always happens in situations like that.
And the reason why I mentioned DMX too is that looking into your music, just going by your name Prophecy and listen to your lyrics and everything like that. You have a religious background by any chance, or? Because your music it definitely gives you that resonance of hope, just like, you know, encouragement. Like, yo, I've been through a lot, but
I appreciate that. I mean,
make it out.
I guess like religion is one of the staples that are a part of, you know, like everyone's upbringing, whether it's not having it or having it from your parents and things like that. And you know, I wouldn't say that like it comes from that place specifically. I would say it's more spiritual in nature.
But you know, I feel like it's only human to always question what's above you. And like even in some of the new work that I'm releasing soon, it's like that question of like, what is that higher being? What is, you know, it could be nothing or it can be everything, you know. Right. And I guess that's just the perspective that I come into.
So you're more like spiritual, like chakras.
Yeah, I mean, to me what's important is like bettering oneself, you know, and like there's a lot of different ways that you can do that in forms of spirituality or religion. I feel like when you choose what you want to be, anything that helps you get there is a benefit.
Right. Yeah. So going back to the music,
to have that being put into your music, because I hear all types of messages coming out of your music, of course.
just hip hop in general. But did you always have this kind of style as far as just encouraging people, or did you have to find yourself, go through a lot of things?
I think it's all about like the actual intention. And it's funny, my first kind of like mixtape or just project in general was called Good Intentions, and I kind of feel like at the beginning everyone has aspirations to be, you know, a famous whatever, or be the biggest in anything. But at the same time, you know, as you grow into what you're doing, into the path and what music like speaks true to your own nature, like it changes. Now you want an audience. You don't want fans. You want people that listen to the music and like if they're having a rough day or something like that,
you're able to like shift it, you know. And I feel like that's where my vision is now, where it's like I want to create auditory braille, so you can like close your eyes and just see what I'm telling you.
Right. So like I kind of got that vibe too from one of your songs. You know, the vibes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you. It's a great track where shout out China Marie. She gave us a great hook that really embodies that self-love, that self-confidence.
Were you guys together when you guys made that song?
Yeah. So you know, a little context. You know, we were connected by a mutual friend, and I was just showing her some beats, and we were creating something. And then, you know, I told her about the themes of the album and what I wanted to get out of the song, just because of my creative process. And she understood it, and then within like 10 minutes, she was able to
create that hook, and we were able to lay it down that night, and it was great. It was a fantastic song.
That's great. That's great. I mean, how many collaborations have you had so far? Like
in total, I would say it's probably like, you know, 10 to 20. I mean, I'm the type of person that like when I hear something I enjoy, like I become obsessive with it, you know. So if I'm working with my good homie Zach, we're going to be that can be like 6 tracks just together. Right. You know what I mean? For me, you know, once I hear like a voice that really resonates with not only my message but with the music, it's something that I pursue.
Right. And she kind of gives you that radiance too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you know, with Can't Sleep Sober, the idea was
to focus primarily on the production side, because I also produced a lot of the songs that are on there. And I wanted it to be like my DjKhaled moment, where I had people that I wanted to hear on these songs, and then also give like the verses or my own take on the songs themselves. But it was just like a test in my ability, and I feel like I did a good job. I'm ready to take that momentum.
Do you also play with the melodies too? Are you like a / producer, engineer a little bit?
Yeah, I love I love making music in general and just writing for any kind of voice. Yeah. You know, since I can't sing, I gotta always lean on someone to be like, yo, like I have this idea,
and I may even have lyrics. I just need you to help me express it. You know, so I enjoy doing that type of stuff. When I work with artists, it's always like, you know, I like it to be a collaborative effort. So it's not just, all right, you're doing the hook, so you're gonna take care of everything. I want it to be like, all right, this is what we want to say, and then we'll work on the lyrics together to make it fit that vibe.
When did you drop Can't Sleep Sober?
I dropped it end of January. I want to say maybe the 28th or so.
28th.
Yeah.
You have another one coming up too, right?
Yeah, it's coming out the 13th exactly. It's called Balance 2. Yeah, and yeah, there was a first balance,
which, and the idea of the album is to have like the duality of that introspective song, that slow kind of jam, and then have that like higher energy song. And I think like with Balance 2, it's like really perfect there, that tuned in.
As far as the message you're giving out there. So do you have an end goal as far as like what the people should see you elevate towards, like the goal that you set for yourself? Because artists, over time, you'll see them elevate to like either to perfection, or they dwindle, or they shift, just to see exactly where they're really going.
I'd say my ultimate goal is
to take in all the different types of sounds that I can and kind of like create something new. So I feel
like the DjKhaled side.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like,
because every day music is evolving, you can never get bored of something, you know. I think that one of my main pillars in creating music is training and planning, you know. So ever since I started writing, I started like training my pen to get better and better. Because like,
you know, when you start something, you're not gonna be,
of course not, yeah,
like great, you know. So from where I was then to where I am now, it inspires me to like see where I'm gonna be in like 2 years or so. Yeah, and like as far as the messaging is concerned,
I can say that there's maybe like however many albums set for the future. You just have to be ready for that, you know.
Do you have anything else you're working on? Any other projects or anything like that? Adventures?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff. I mean, you know, I'm not sure how much I can divulge right now, but I'd say like a lot of what we're gearing towards is making people aware of the brand, making people aware of just where this is headed, you know, because I feel like Can't Sleep Sober was such a great way to blend in different sounds and different genres. There was some like disco kind of feels to it. There was like some jazzy kind of feels, some like hip hop old school kind of feels, and I think that's just where my mentality is at, you know. I want to be respected by my people around me, people who listen to my music, and also given the opportunity to give like a new range of music. All that to say that that's what you can expect in the future. That we can expect experimental stuff, some really cool sounding stuff.
Got your own little Travis Scott inside.
You know, yeah.
Give me a lot of Kid Cudi vibes too. Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. That's really nice.
Yeah. That's dope, man. So as far as with the group and everything, do you plan on giving or doing some kind of like fundraising event, some kind of organization event, or
you know, when we were in our prime, like, or before, you know, the world changed on us, we were doing like shows throughout the city, little pop-up shops where we would have different vendors come in and sell their own stuff. That's what made us authentic, you know. That's what made us able to create the community that we created, and we're dying to start up again, you know. We're just waiting for the opportune time where things can be safe, and just bring back, you know, the elevation of true talent, you know, and true training, because all the people that come into our events are either artists, want to be artists, or want to get inspired to do artistry. Whether it be the vendors, whether it be the performers, whether it be just layman people who want to watch. And I feel like that to us is like the most important thing to uphold.